Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fallout New Vegas. So we're in the middle of Vault 34 and we spent a lot of time in the last episode just trying to find a door. The medical facility, I believe a floor up, has one way in which you go in, and then hidden behind a curtain is the way you're supposed to go out. And so I spent a lot of time wandering around. Otherwise, we're trying to figure out, I guess, the mystery of what happened at Vault 34, that all of the humans seem to be ghouls, and it seems like maybe the geckos play a role, but not really, because we're not seeing any geckos attack us. The overseer letting something grow with no population control is so far what we figured out, but all the dialogue and journals are written and jumbled as fragments. Can I craft anything at all? Yeah. See, the only thing I'd really like to craft would be bullets for large rifles. Anything that's labeled as large be what I'd like to craft. So yeah, breaking things down then crafting them I don't think actually works, because I think it's a losing trade, which makes the whole reloading bench totally pointless. Yep. I'm getting 2 rads per second now, so the radiation seems to have gone up. I don't know why. Advanced radiation poisoning. We will take some rad away. I just now got a free radical perk. We will take a rad X to increase our radiation resistance. It's kind of consistent, I would say, in every Fallout game that they have some zone designed to give you radiation poisoning and make you actually deal with that. What are we doing now? We want to go here. We don't have the key for here. Am I going to have the exact same problem I just talked about, where we're going to have to figure out how to reach a new section? We're going to have to search everything a second time. Or is there something possibly on the floor? Because I really never look on the floor for things. I assume if there is going to be something important, it would be in a desk or a cabinet or in a terminal computer. Interesting. You have a stool here. You can't do anything with it, but it's labeled. Yeah, is there possibly an item here that I'm not seeing? Look up and down for any other paths or floor. We've also saw some scripted sequences. Alright, now this is going to be irritating because this means I need to go back up now. But we did drain the water from this section, so going back up here and then investigating the couple of other places where the water's been drained won't be as bad of a situation. gun here is not doing enough damage for that. These radiated corpses are that is where we turned on the pump.
Still nothing.
So the corpses seem like they are getting radiated and brought back to life. And that is odd. And the game design seems to definitely be built around having us wander around more, back and forth, and that's odd. I think I just transferred through a first floor into a whole nother area, so let's go and investigate this. Like we would expect that these loaded sections would not be that common.
Come on.
We still are very much in a lazy position where I don't actually have to take on enemies. My gun doesn't actually have to be powerful enough to kill enemies on its own. Veronica here will kill people, and if Veronica doesn't do it, then that'll give Eddie a chance. We're seeing more armor. I think there's a decent chance we may get the armor to a high enough quality that I would actually be able to wear it and use it as armor. Of course, I wouldn't be able to repair it. There's another Overseer's Journal fragment. So I'll go over here. Riots began soon after. During the peak of violence, a group calling for free access to the armory stormed the vaults and exit and left. The door was sealed after them, and additional guards were stationed at the exits. This proved to be a grave mistake. With additional guards at the exit, there were fewer to patrol the halls. None of them were prepared for the group that ambushed the armory. The guards were able to defend their position, but not before the damage was done. During the fight, one of the reactor's cooling vents was damaged. So, seems like maybe there was just internal conflict. And we know half of the people in Vault 34 left the vault for Nellis Air Force Base. I think this may literally just be to get guns. There may not be any other reason that this conflict really happened. Right. 10mm submachine guns, 10mm pistols. Just go ahead and repair everything we can. I could be wearing a radiation suit right now. Also, that's worth considering. Security armor here would be a DT of 15 versus what I'm wearing now. I'm wearing anything. Why am I not wearing anything? You can still wear the rebreather. So I have to assume what happened here is at some point I just sold my equipment, my armor. I probably gave it to Veronica if I was going to really guess what happened. Boy, that river is glitching. Yep. So that unlocked one thing, which we now we're going to have to run back, I think, to crew quarters to find it. Let's see if we can find the... Yeah. Mojave Wasteland. Mojave Wasteland. I feel like that's the way we came in. Yeah. Yeah, this was a flooded area before, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. There's the clinic. The armory. We actually go to the armory. Have we been here? Did we find what we were looking for? We have been here. But we can't go there yet.
Hey.
Yeah, I think the path we were supposed to go is this way. This is the clinic with the door. It's confusing. And here we have the overseer's office. We can now go through here. It's too maze-like considering how just generic and simple the rest of this game is. You're really changing the experience too much. Let's see what's in the overseer's office. So here we have the overseer, and he's red, so I just don't think... Now, I don't understand why there's two overseers' offices in this vault. We had already seen what I thought was the overseer's office. Apparently not. Maybe we saw something else that I just thought was the overseer's office. Now here we have one of these secret exits to the overseer's office that I think they all have. That doesn't mean every vault actually exits out from that. You would hope that your science would tell you something with this corrupted data, that you could recover it, but doesn't seem like that's the case. So as far as I can tell, the story continues. I'm gonna start running out of rat away if I'm not careful. You would think that that would have just been the boss fight, and once the boss fight was done, you would just be done. These glowing ghouls are about the only kind of ghoul that would really be a threat. And they'd only really be a threat if you get overrun by them or you don't have a significant amount of radiation resistance. But because I pushed my endurance up to get the special upgrades, my radiation resistance is very high. There was a part in Fallout 3 where your radiation resistance would have played a big role. And you really don't do too much with radiation resistance anywhere else. I think that is another example of where this game has too many gameplay mechanics, and there's just no way you're going to balance that many different gameplay mechanics. It's just not going to happen. This thing, they're on fire, but they're not dead. Yeah. A major problem with radiation is that your main source of radiation is going to be water and food. You play on very easy, you don't have to worry about water at all. Food is not really a big enough issue. I'm really uncertain as far as which quest I'm making progress to. I kind of just assume I'm making progress to both. You should go down here and just see.
Hey! Hey!
where this leads. One thing this gun I think is doing is giving me a lot of extra critical hits that you normally wouldn't have. There's nothing back here. Yep. But I guess we are finding that there's tunnels connecting something. It'd be interesting if it connected to a whole different vault. But then I wouldn't want to start a whole nother vault. Let's see what this terminal does. Someone planted a bomb in the pool when the low level flooded all of the save Vault 3's trap dwellers by leaving the reactor intact. When the low level flooded, all the doors were automatically sealed. My family and a few others were trapped behind those doors. If someone could transfer control to the backup terminal, I could get us all out. Let's reroute vault control. So, did I do that? Master override terminal is needed to reroute things. So I guess that's what we're doing now as far as quests. Okay. Optional save Vault 34's trap dwellers by leaving its reactor intact, dooming the sharecropper farms. Shut down the reactor to help the sharecropping farms. I think you have to make a decision here, and I think helping the sharecropping farms is going to help more people than so. So yeah, this is finishing Hard Luck Blues. Shut down the vault reactor. I'm not sure which action is going to do it. I would assume that let's just open the door first. That'd be the easy thing to check. I'll just see what options are. What was that? Glass breaking sound effect. Radix is worn off. Let's go ahead and use Radix again. Yeah. Seal external ventilation. So, did we accomplish the goal as far as night quest? Yes, we shut down the reactor to help the sharecropper people. So that is just shut down now. I don't really see a reason you would want to pick the vault dwellers, because I am assuming the vault dwellers are all ghouls. There's nothing we can do here. Okay. Then we're still trying to find the pulse gun in this whole quest. So that was finishing the main encounter of this area. Was to shut down that area. You can see there's more ghouls. None of these look like they are intelligent ghouls, so there's not really a reason to feel bad about killing them. So I'm trying to figure out if we can go where we want to go, or this is almost certainly the wrong way. We just gotta find a way out now. It should be this way. Okay. When we go in the clinic, I think. Still don't have anything here. So yeah, unless there was some kind of crazy thing where you had your what do we need? Yeah, this is some kind of scripted experience. Yeah, it's not just that your repair needs to be at 100. Is this taking me to the right direction? I'm hoping it is. You'd half expect the audio, or the enemies to spawn to tell you if you're going in the right direction. It's still a major problem, I would say, as far as the Fallout games, that there's just not anybody talking here, no voice acting. Not really. And so you're 100% dependent on your own decisions as to whether you're going to actually read the dialogue and whether you can fully get the full meaning of the dialogue. Armory. That's where we need to go. And so yeah, I think a lot of gamers, myself included, I'm getting the surface level of what happened here, where I would prefer to have it handed to me and dumbed down on a silver platter. Sure, a lot of people complain about when that happens in video games and other forms of entertainment, but that's why they should have skip buttons. So the reason we're in the armory, other than to just take a bunch of bullets and guns is we're looking for evidence of a pulse rifle prototype. We are going to be over encumbered. But then the hope is we will be able to use all these guns to create very high quality guns. Sniper rifle would be nice, but I bet it's such a slow experience that you can't really use it. This would be a nice place where you could just have a scripted animation where somebody walks around the entire room picking up bullets.
Figure it'd have
Instead.
more buttons and dials and stuff, you know? Oh well. It's still the electronic equivalent of a disease from Femora.
So we did find the pulse gun. Let's see. Looks like there might have been a whole second floor here, but I don't think you can actually reach it. In fact, I may be in a pretty bad spot now. Because I'm over encumbered, might literally have to drop some items. Combat armor medium 10. Combat helmet. Radiation suit. Security armor light 15. So it's better to take the combat armor and security armor and get that up to a defensive 16. That's not going to get our levels up high enough as far as being overburdened. These guns are now worth massive amounts of caps. The question will come down to who can we sell them to, because if we don't have a buyer, what's the point? Yes, we could keep the guns for ourselves. This is the pulse gun. Sniper rifle does not a huge amount of damage. Still 60 pounds short. Security helmets. And equipping a security helmet, light armor +3 versus +5 critical chance. Still think I would rather the critical chance. Okay. Let's start to talk about dropping things that don't matter. Gecko meat. Guns and bullets will increase our guns by 4. We could drink a couple of Nuka-Colas. Only about 20 away now. Could drink a bunch of these sarsaparillas too, if that's all that we really have to do. Let's just see if we've got any miscellaneous garbage. Conductor. Gecko golden eggs. Not worth their weight. Gecko hides. Not worth their weight. An engraved cigarette lighter. That's probably story related. The amount of lead I have is way too high. Sensor modules. I'm exactly at 10 now. Definitely feels like there should just be the value of these guns are so high. Yeah, it definitely feels like there should be a trade-off for lead, that it wouldn't just be the case that you could say drop 500 pieces of lead, which I'm not even sure what that would look like. Does lead even have an appearance? Or did I just drop it into nothing? It may not have an outside 3D model. Oh, my radiation is very high. Two radixes, by the way, won't extend the level. Yeah. So let's just look around, look up and down, just make sure we got enough things so we're not missing something important. And I think we're done. I think it's time to probably leave. Let me just double check our missions. Let's see. Yeah, we're kind of running out of quests to do anyways. So yeah, this is the thing to do. Just gotta figure out the way. I'm still a little confused as to why there would be that auto dock. I guess it is just going to be a case where some other quest is going to have us come and do something in Vault 34. And so I guess all we can say is we will be back from the looks of it. There is a whole water section here that never got unflooded. but I don't have the rebreather on, so I think that's kind of a great example of how you really wouldn't have needed the rebreather. It's nice to have, but I would take, and I guess this area might be part of that third quest that's going to bring us back to this location. And that does make it somewhat obvious that if you wanted to play this game at peak efficiency, you're going to end up needing to use a walkthrough guide to pick up quests and only go to a location once. So out we go. I'd be a little surprised if the geckos had regenerated in this area. We need to find a place to sell things. Excuse me one sec. Hopefully I don't have another coughing fit there. Didn't want you to have to listen to me cough into the microphone. So we need to find a door to leave this area. And you totally wouldn't have been able to do this section without a very high endurance or radiation resistance. We got a whole perk even for taking Rad-X. Irradiated NCR dog tags. Interesting. Let's see if we can find the perk. Muted myself there again. Comprehension was a good perk to take early. Educated was a good perk to take. You gained enhanced effects from Radaway with free radical perk. Okay. We still don't really have a lot of perks. Like there's a lot of room for improvement as far as the number of perks I'd like to have, because I'd kind of like to have them all. But I think kind of the best you can do is to have maybe your special and your skills up to 100 and then hope for a lot of perks. So yeah, we're gonna just keep the security armor and try and use that, which would make an argument to get the perk that would let you use closer items together. Now, you can't use the rebreather with the security helmet, so I'd keep the security helmet. So here's our sniper rifle. It doesn't seem like it has an extra zoom, so it's not really a case where you could shoot people that far away. Let's see what the pulse gun looks like. Silly sci-fi type gun. And then there might be some thoughts about what guns to use. This one does 125 damage per second. That seems pretty good. We're looking for damage per second numbers. We're not really looking for individual damage per bullet, assuming we have enough bullets. This gun here does even more. This is 5mm bullets, this is 10mm bullets. Yeah, even the grenade launcher is not that good. So I should probably put that gun away until I could possibly upgrade it. And then from the looks of the condition indicator, it seems like there's a point where if you get the condition high enough, it may get some kind of bonus damage or bonus stats. Okay. So the only thing that quest-wise might suck here is if we go and finish Veronica's companion quest and we lose her and we lose everything in the inventory that she's holding. Wouldn't be too happy about that happening. But I don't think there's anything more we can really do. Like, we got information from Vault 22 on growing food. We got the pulse gun from Vault 34. The only other option would be to go to, let's see, I can't even find the safe house where it was. Go back to Gibson's scrapyard. Yeah, let's go travel to Gibson's scrapyard and see if we can sell some things to her on the way.
So, you're back. Happy to do it.
Right. So, we will sell a high quality gun. We'll keep, I guess, lower quality guns. These C4 explosives. We'll keep the detonator just in case we need one. Not gonna sell the pulse gun. I'm not gonna sell unique named guns. We shouldn't even be keeping these low quality, low value items. And then one Vault 34 jumpsuit. It's low quality. We'll just keep one of those. And we'll hold on to all of that. Now, what I wasn't expecting here was to end up having less things to sell than I thought I would. Yeah, I was definitely expecting there to be heavier items. Let's see. Can we buy anything from her that we'd actually care about?
Give me a shout if. Take care now.
Alright, well then let's investigate
You're making me carry the
her
heavy
items.
stuff, aren't you?
And then let's investigate his items. I was kind of hoping this would sell for more. Let's see if we can repair something. Some of these named items.
So, you're back. Now, where did we leave off? Happy to do it.
Some games definitely let you tag certain things. Should I try and have a baseball bat? Or a knife? The value's just not really going to go up enough for the weight of some of these items. I want to give the super sledge back to Veronica. Yeah, most games would let you label things as vendor trash or sort and filter things that's vendor trash. Even games like that really are just admitting that there's vendor trash in your game, when by modern standards there just shouldn't be any of that at all. Could sell super stim packs if nothing else. Tethkala eggs worth quite a lot. But selling lead won't get you any money. Let's just get rid of one pencil so it's not filling up our inventory, making the menu more difficult to look at. Alright, let's get rid of some drugs. Like, we just don't need that. Up out. If we need one, we'll just hold on to one. Some of these magazines probably could be sold. Sell half of those. Radex or Radex is something you probably should have. Stim packs, still fairly useful, and stim packs have gained use because I've leveled up on using them. If I had any Nuka-Colas, I should sell those. They're worth more for the caps than they are for drinking. Okay, so we're now at a point where selling bullets makes sense. See, surplus bullets not worth anything. But 5mm. Are they taking weight? No. Bullets don't take any weight. We'll sell a bunch of BBs. We're never going to use those anyways. What if we were to sell just about 20 of these? Yeah.
Pleasure doing business with you. Take care now.
So I'm over encumbered.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
Let's go ahead and throw in some inventory items. Name things. Things I want to keep. Still think I want to keep that gun. That might be a mistake. So do I want crit hit chance, or do I want 3 more defense? I want crit hit chance. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can give her. Right, that's pretty good. That also lets me get the rebreather. All of that trading to just get some money. To then, can I run this way, or is there no hole in the fence? Did I just waste my time doing that? This is not a parkour game. There were 3 things you could do. One was one we had already done. There was the pulse gun, which we just got. And then the third was on the strip. So it's either go turn it into the Brotherhood of Steel and be done with it, or we go and try and find that third thing.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Ah, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table.
We already did the vegetation technology.
What better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran.
So I just needed to start the quest.
I like the way you think.
So that quest is done. Like, we just started it and didn't seem like we got any extra XP for starting it. So everything is telling us still to go back to Hidden Valley. we probably want to turn in this quest first. And we don't want to oust the head paladin guy, I don't think. But we should probably turn in this quest. Right, so we know what we're doing now. That's good news. We may even find a way to check out Quarry Junction and Sloan, which would be interesting. A couple more locations. There's a fork in this whole rock. Getting 10 XP for them killing bark scorpions. Now we had a secondary quest that was a long time ago about a missing pulse gun. We couldn't figure out to talk to the people to make progress on that, so my hope is that we can do more.
Oh, hey there. Something I can help you with?
We have absolutely nothing to say to these guys, and we are still on good terms, but not great terms, with the Brotherhood of Steel. Looks like this may have been moved. This was over here before. I feel like it was, at least. Okay. So yeah, we're trying to find the...
Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin soon.
This was...
Then we have nothing for...
hours ago.
Bye.
So the move was to talk to
How's the old kid?
this guy.
Welcome to the range. Feel free to use any open lane.
Let's see.
Torres must be getting desperate if she's accepting help on this one. I'll tell you what I told her. My records show that Initiate Stanton was the last to check it out, but checked it back in a day later. Sure, the Elder's already given the okay. Unfortunately, you'll have to use your own weapons and ammo. Bye.
Age treating you, Torres. Can't come to...
So if you were going to use the range, I mean, that's all you're really going to do, is just waste a bunch of bullets. It's not going to give you XP or anything.
If it's not broken power armor, it's broken electrical fixes.
You've been outside. Is the NCR really still hunting us?
So now we're looking for Initiate Stanton, because that was the only person I could really talk to about the missing pulse gun. Means I have to find him. Wandering around somewhere here. We can see what time it is. 7:37 p.m. in game, obviously.
If you're planning to take Veronica with you, be sure to have a good pair of earplugs with you. I'm kidding, Veronica. What the foul is that?
Let's go to the next section. I'd like to find the hidden gun quest
outsider.
before I
Yes,
finish
can I help you?
anything else.
Oh man, I told Watkins this wasn't going to work. Look, Watkins and I snuck out one day. She said it'd be a training exercise. Said she heard from a guy on one of the patrols that there was a gulch just southeast of here with scorpions in it, and that we had to check it out. There were scorpions out there, all right. We started using them for target practice, but before we knew it, the damn things were all around us. So we made a run for it, and in all the commotion, I dropped my pistol. Watkins keeps urging me to go back and get it, but that's not going to happen. You can go outside, though, can't you? You can return the pistol to Torres and clear this whole thing up for me. Great. When you find it, just turn it into Torres and I'll be in the clear.
So now we have yet another thing to do that I would like to do before we come back here. There's just no fast traveling outside of these areas, and I don't think there's ever a point in Fallout games or Bethesda games at all where a quick escape from an interior area would be a problem. It feels like you should just be able to fast travel to the exit and then from the exit fast travel somewhere else. Okay. So he said southeast of there. So we're just following the compass in the lower left hand corner. You can see this leads directly to a broken part of the fence, which you can see leads to bark scorpions. We're going to really be no challenge at all. Where are we headed map-wise? Just seems like an area. Now what would be cool is if this led to something really dangerous or unexpected. I can't drag this giant rad scorpion away. So he died right on top of a body. Dead prospector. Machine gun does not feel like it's taking out these enemies fast enough. Eddie is still with us. Just kind of hanging back, I guess. We found Scorpion Gulch, yet another location. Of course, the weirdness here is, what is the value in finding a location on the map? It's just another fast travel point. It's just another opportunity to kill things and get small experience. Small experience for finding a location, small experience for killing whatever is in it. These small scorpions are really only worth 10. You'd half expect there to be something more. And I imagine these red scorpions will despawn fairly quickly. Seems like this probably just twists around. And we may just have to search. Running around in circles. A laser gun.
Trouble.
See, this is getting me to Black Mountain. The higher parts of Black Mountain. I don't think we've visited before. But I think we've probably gone too far looking for the laser gun, and now we're just really getting distracted. Nope, this is just the backside of that area. And there's nothing you really do with these satellite dishes. Forgot what they were called for a second there. A little bit of radiation. What looks like a centaur pit. Which I guess that is what they're trying to canonically show, is that centaurs live in these bombed out pits. So if you see a round bombed out area on the map, you can expect centaurs. You can expect a fairly large fight. So crossing back to the scorpion section. So it seems like the idea here is that there might be multiple paths that all cross, or an X-shaped crossroads where these scorpions are, giving you an opportunity to cut across if you're willing to take the risk. This does introduce a interesting kind of trapped area where if you got halfway down this valley, the scorpions could start attacking you from both sides. You can see though, there's a lot of glitching going on here. I'm gonna become over encumbered. These are all just labeled as dead prospectors. Nothing else. Here we have a grave we can open. Need a shovel to dig here. Well, that feels like that may be story related. Finding all these dead prospectors is giving me the opportunity to increase my caravan deck. That didn't lower my burden of items I'm carrying by much. So this is straight up just the backside of this.
What do you need? Bye.
So you just have a wastelander standing here. I don't know why. Okay. Let's first of all make sure we don't have a pulse gun, I guess. We do have that pulse gun. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for, I think, a laser rifle. So my thought process here would be that there's probably something very unique in that grave, but maybe not super necessary. It may just be a unique gun. And then the gun we're looking for is probably at the crossroads, just hidden. Well, probably hidden in plain sight. Yeah, I would think it would be somewhere here. The only other possibility it would be if there was a path to another direction over on this side. Was the pulse rifle is actually buried in the grave. Then I'd have to go and get a shovel. I'm not gonna find a shovel. Could it be up there? Oh yes, it could. I'm not thinking that it would be up there. Nope, it's just on top of the rock. Okay, so we'll save ourselves a little bit of time and fast travel back to Hidden Valley. These storms do start up again. I thought the sandstorms were permanently disabled. I would have kind of preferred that they would have been permanently disabled. But whatever. Turn on the flashlight. I wish you would just permanently have the flashlight on. Make the player turn it off if they want to play stealthily, but default it to be on. This is a whole base, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's several more quests we're going to unlock here.
Hello. Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin soon. Oh, thank God. Hardin was about to start an inquiry into the whole affair, and more than a few heads would have rolled as a result. Since you helped me, I'll tell you what. I work on some of our busted weapons in my spare time, so I have a few pieces that are kept off the books. Here, Take this. I hope it comes in handy.
So that gave me a tri-beam laser rifle, and my fame has
Our patrols are
been
always bringing
gained.
more stuff in. Take a look.
What this would come down to is, would I want to sell anything I have and then buy bullets? Yeah, that would be kind of it. I think I could buy some of the outfits I sold to them before and repair them. Doesn't seem like I sold a shovel to them though.
Bye.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress? Hey, a dress. Thank you. I am totally trying this on later.
Not sure which one of those actually was a dress. If we see Initiate Stanton, we'll talk to him also, just to see if there's some other reward we might get from him. But nope, we don't see him. So we want to convince this elder, which I thought we were going to bring back Elder Elijah, to make the Brotherhood just work with the outsiders more and be more helpful, so that they would be closer.
This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But
We keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
So we completed the quest.
What's up?
Let's see.
I was young and I needed the money. Let's.
Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind?
So we found the missing patrols. Let's say no, we're still working on it.
Remain diligent, outsider.
So what I think just happened there, and unless we were going to go back and change things, I think the same thing would have happened before, is this I could make you care quest is just paused. So seems like we are going to have to overthrow this elder with the and make a new elder. Doesn't seem like we have a choice. So let's see if we can talk to him.
The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen?
Let's see. Just weren't very persuasive. Maybe if we make a stronger case, he'll change his mind. I mean, let's go with this one.
Well, I knew he wouldn't listen to me. That's why we went out of our way to find something that he couldn't ignore. But it didn't make any difference. How can I help them when they won't accept it?
Let's just ask, would someone else listen
It
to
wouldn't
you?
matter. The Elder has final say. The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless. I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
So I almost want to leave her to her own decision here. At a certain level, I think followers of the apocalypse make sense. This is your home, these are your friends, you should stay. It's kind of a weird one because it seems like everybody really doesn't like her. Leaving now is your only shot at the future. Only you can make this decision. We could ask who it follows the apocalypse.
Okay, so take the Brotherhood, replace their knowledge of superweapons with half as much knowledge of medicine and farming, sprinkle in a little compassion for people outside their group and healthy disrespect for authority, and voila, followers. I never really considered joining before, but now that I think about it, it really sounds like it could be a good fit, doesn't it?
Let's go ahead and say leaving now is your only shot at the future.
There's no getting around that, is there? What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not gonna like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. I guess it's settled then. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
So that feels like that's close to the end of her companion quest. And potentially that's going to disconnect us from the Brotherhood of Steel, which I'm not sure are going to really play a big role in this game anyways.
What is it, outsider? Have you discovered anything?
Let's see. Let's go with this.
If you must.
So the only one we haven't done is the patrols for the Elder. Discs order from McNara. So these orders might violate what the current Elder is doing.
Just as I thought. McNamara gave my men new orders without telling me. The nerve of that man. This little stunt is probably what got them killed in the first place. Our normal patrol routes are known to be relatively safe. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm trying to avoid by ousting McNamara.
So by returning that, I think has
I could hardly call
violated the
myself
chains
head
that
paladin
bind.
if I didn't. Second part. What are you talking about? Then that means I can cast McNamara down for giving those secret orders to my paladins. Well done. That's exactly what I was looking for.
So what happens now?
There are a number of people I'll need to talk to. The process won't be instantaneous, but with this evidence, my path is clear. It shouldn't take more than a few days, and then we can begin moving forward again.
And that gave me 1,000 XP for doing that, and now he is now Elder Harden. Alright. Still looks like stealing. If you were to try to pick up anything, it seems weird that something that big wouldn't have changed things. I think this is the only place where I get power armor training, though. So I need probably to do more quests here.
Welcome, my friend. A new day has dawned for this chapter. And moving forward, we will no longer cower in the dark. And we have you to thank for it. You'll find that I can be generous to those who show loyalty. Here, take this key. If you ever find yourself in need of repair, head to our safe house to the northeast. Now, what can I do for you?
Let's see. I want to join the Brotherhood. I think that's the only way we're going to get power armor training.
Yes, I thought you might, given how much time you've spent here. That's not usually a request we agree to. Typically, we take in the young, so that they might be trained through adolescence. In special cases, we allow exceptional individuals to conditionally join. Luckily for you, you happen to be exceptional. The condition is that you must complete a task. This task must prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have what it takes to join the Brotherhood. I happen to have something perfectly suitable in mind. Though I warn you, it won't be easy. Still interested?
Sure.
Back when we were stationed at Helios, our scouts reported that a group was establishing itself in the area as a distributor of pre-war weapons. Our elder at the time, Elijah, was too concerned with getting Helios running and fending off the NCR, so he ordered us to leave them alone. It's time that we correct that oversight and show this region that the Brotherhood is still a force to be reckoned with. I want you to visit these weapons dealers, this Van Graff family. Make an example of them. Leave no one alive. When the job is done, report back, and I'll arrange for a team to clean up the site and retrieve the weapons.
Okay. So we now have a different quest. Kill the Van Graffs and their men. No optional quest there, from the looks of it.
Hello again, my friend.
And I just don't think any of these other characters are going to give me any other quests or anything at the moment. Which is weird because I do suspect at some point you would activate the self-destruct terminal. Unless the Van Graffs give you a quest to activate the self-destruct and destroy the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah, you would expect Taggart here to do something. You would expect all of this to matter. Here's McNamara, who was the elder.
Ah, outsider. I've heard that you were instrumental in providing Hardin with the evidence to bring against me. And here I had thought to use you. Have you come to gloat, or did you actually want something? Bye.
So he's still alive just to provide dialogue choices.
Good to see you again. What can I...
And we haven't done anything with him either. It's just kind of a lot
the
of...
destruction of the monorail didn't slow the NCR down much. How many troops do they have?
So her potentially joining the Children of the Atom still doesn't seem like that changes much.
Hey.
Now we have Ramos in full
hey.
armor.
Something I can help. Bye.
And there's a high chance you would have a different experience here if you just had never picked up Veronica. Like you would have probably only been told about this area by the Van de Graaff people and been told to just kill them all.
Hey.
And apparently this is our cleanup crew. Are they gonna follow us? No. Doesn't seem like they are. Right. Where's this quest? Just doesn't seem like it is something we can move forward on. This quest, and like we're still trying to level up, and we're still in kind of a weird position there. We need 300 more XP, and you're really only going to get level ups by doing certain things. I'd like to finish some of these. So, Ranger Station Foxtrot. Let's see if we can. We can see if we can reach this time. Oh, wait a minute. Let's first of all go to Camp McCarran. Let's fast travel there.
Our guys put the monorail back to work.
Yeah, so just off screen they've fixed the monorail. Not even anything other than just an exciting cutscene. Maybe it took a couple days to fix it. Maybe there was something that had to happen before it would have been fixed. Okay. Well, where are we trying to go here? We need to guess we'll do that one. Turn that one in. There is another person we need to talk to, but I'm not sure where she is. I think she might be fairly far away.
Keeley just called in. You should have heard the director. But wait up. Now look here. She wouldn't let him finish a sentence. Just reamed him out for sending all those people to the vault. I've never seen his face so red and twitchy. Thanks for keeping her safe. Here's the caps I promised. I knew I had a good feeling about you. Thanks again.
Caps.
Really, I owe you.
Is a pretty good amount. Caps.
I received a pleasant call from Dr. Keeley. It seems we have you to thank for keeping her alive. Very charitable of you.
Is the data?
Wonderful. Excellent work. Let me see it. It'll take a moment to decode on my terminal.
Let's see, the vault was just as dangerous as Williams thought.
I don't see how that's relevant. The dangers of the vault were your business, not mine. The only question is whether the data is still intact. I think Williams' decryption algorithms seem to be working. Yes, here it is. The data is mostly uncorrupted. This will make the board of directors finally sit up and take notice. Here then, as promised, an agreeable sum payable upon delivery of the data. You've more than done your part. Your concerns are perfectly understandable, but I assure you, they're entirely misplaced. We would never use technology that wasn't fully tested. We aren't some motley band of vault alchemists. We're with the government, for goodness sake. Have a little faith in us.
1500 XP for turning that one in. So I really have been sitting on just a massive amount of XP. Okay. I guess we're pushing everything into sneak. Yeah. Not really any reason to try and put anything else up. Would be nice if guns went up, but sneak at 80. It's probably the right move. Put that up to that much. Then energy weapons and that. 3 more points we can put into guns. Yeah, I don't want sneak to go any higher than that. Then I don't think we have any new quests that would show up. Copying existing skill magazines. Well, if you had this perk, you could probably get a massive amount of money from that. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense to do anything else as long as intense training still exists, which seems like that is the default and intelligent one to do. So agility increases your sneak skill, so doing that will also, I imagine, bump it up even higher. So what's our sneak at? Sneak is at 82. If I get the agility up to 10, then it would be at 86. Alright. What's the next quest? Maybe we should just do this quest now. I don't think a sneak should go any higher anyways. Oh, there is also point here, the turn on things. The problem is there's a miscellaneous side quest here. You know there is. That I need to turn in. Where? In fact, I think there's probably 2 of them, so if I'm remembering correctly, there might even be 3 of them. Come to think of it. Maybe I can find a way. You can reach that door, but you can't go in. Here's some more planes. They could be bombers. It does kind of feel like we're gonna have the entire Mojave Desert bombed. Camp McCarran, terminal building. Is there another door to the terminal building, or am I wasting my time? That is bad design, to have doors that look like they're perfectly intact and then you can't open them. Clearly they were expecting that you just weren't going to be able to squeeze to all the doors, but they did a really bad job of preventing you from getting to the doors. At the very least, you would expect them to say needs a key or inaccessible. But if it said needs a key, then people would run around looking for a key. So how do you get in here? Oh, you get in there from the upper spot. One of the issues here when you have a giant facility like this one is really, really too big, is that there's a decent chance there's somebody somewhere that you're supposed to talk to.
Hello. Did you start looking for Esteban? I guess my directions could have been better. They put him in a box? With a flag and all? I hope so. He'd have been proud. You're too good for this rotten town. First kind thing anybody ever did for me in Esteban. You ever need anything, all you need to do is ask. Thank you so much.
Yep. Then there was another quest. I think talking to this guy. We already fixed
anything,
this.
Just give me a holler. Howdy, looking for chow?
Yeah.
That
These
should
are
help
sub
balance our
missions.
stock of food more reasonably and save us a ton of caps. Good work. What do you need to know? The Crimson. Here's the list. I don't. What? Chow down.
Yeah, all he sells is food, and he has no cabs. So that submission is complete.
Hello?
And I wonder if it isn't really a case where submissions being complete just don't really matter that much. And that you're not going to get any XP from turning in submissions. Which, if that's the case, then pretty obviously the submissions are just unfinished missions. And this was the supply shack. Meanwhile, let's ask some basic questions. Have we gotten any new crafting abilities? From the looks of it, I would say no, we have not. Yeah. Nor are we getting XP for doing any of that crafting. Have we gotten any new abilities to craft things? Technically, yeah. I think we could craft a bunch of things, but we don't have any recipes. Anything we would go in here would be stealing. And we got the guy in trouble. Can't be carrying that way. Can't be carrying that way.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Nah, I'm just kidding. This has to be the most They just put me back here because they don't... Get you later.
So it feels like there might be a quest around that. I don't know why you'd have two different exits if they're just going to end up in the same place. So those side quests didn't lead to anything interesting. I want to check this heartache by the number. Thought. So I'm going to fast travel to the Mojave outpost and talk to what's her name one more time and see if maybe there's something more we can do. To finish that quest, or if it is just stuck. And the game has crashed again, which, in all fairness, I should probably just end the game now, but there are a couple of things I still want to try, so bear with me. We're very quickly running out of things to do before I'm just gonna have to move the main story forward. Which, okay. We really haven't had a lot of interaction with the Legion in quite a while. Interesting where it saved there. But yeah, the one faction, it seems pretty obvious I would never feel comfortable siding with his Legion. Like I could see even siding with the Fiends, but not Kaiser's Legion. Never crashes in the same place twice.
You come around like a bad habit. What's on your mind?
Let's see.
No idea. What's on? Whiskey and got me.
Try and exhaust all the lines of dialogue.
If you're looking to sign on with the caravan work. Still. Jackson might have something for you if you haven't already. He was looking to try to get troops to clear the north. I don't know. Yeah, her name's...
Am I supposed to take my lead? Freeside?
So I wonder if it isn't a case where this Heartache by the Number quest just stays unfinished because the next step is to make her your companion. But weirdly, this I Could Make You Care quest is also unfinished. These are all DLC things. These are all quests that we finished. Right. So let's see. What do I want to do? Still this quest, I guess. But before I do that quest, I guess what I want to do is trying to be as efficient about all of this as possible. Let's see. Go to the Vegas New Medical Center, since we have enough caps to get one of those upgrades. Go ahead and grab that upgrade, and then we'll, I believe, have only one
You're
more
back.
upgrade.
Because you're a friend.
Take that. Stim packs. Super stim packs. Do we have something we can sell? save myself. There you go. Alright, whatever. That.
Alright.
So we only have the regenerative ability left.
That's the Phoenix monocyte breeder. The implant speeds up cell regeneration, an effect similar to that of some lizards and sea creatures. The implant is very expensive, however. 12,000 caps. Have a seat in the auto dock. This will take a few hours.
So with our endurance at the maximum, we have been able to get every single upgrade. Which now just auto healing puts us in a really good position. The next thing I wanted to do was see if we could get to Fort Mormon. The old Mormon fort. Where was that? Oh, wait a minute. We didn't turn in this quest either. Forgot about that. So let's talk to them, see if they're...
Sorry, I don't have time to talk right now. Talk to Trent. He might be able to help you out.
I'm glad the troopers are smart enough not to trample everyone.
Let's go equip a gun. Seems like somebody's shooting at me.
Is there something I can do for you? I'm a private. I do get to take...
Let's pretend...
I shouldn't have brought... Alright. Some of the farmers, especially Trent Boscom, claim the NCR isn't... Personally, I... Oh, you'd better... And...
Let's see.
Current orders are to... I'll help you. There's a... The Crimson... Well, I know Major Daughtry is offering back. You can find the... Bye.
So we'll just exhaust all of that. That I don't believe gave us any new locations. I think Freeside may be where the old Mormon fort is. That you have to go inside of Freeside to get into the old Mormon fort. But right now I guess we're looking for Trent. Is this Trent here?
I'm not a recruitment officer. You want to... Impressive, aren't you? We get the... A lot of... Gary.
One of these guys is looking for the heads of fiends, and I know I've killed some fiends. So you can kind of use your cursor to tell you which way to go, but not perfectly. This is all way too random. I'm gonna just walk back to the pumping facility and see if that's where I'm supposed to be. May also just be a case of it being the wrong time of day. But yeah. It's just way too random trying to run around and turn in quests. And find the people to talk to when you don't even have a main quest showing you what to do, where to go. So we turned off the exhaust of Vault 34. It should have fixed the water problem. So I'm hoping Trench is here. But I'm not finding a trend. Seems to me like there's probably a safe hidden behind that, but so unless it's a case where we need to go to this intersection here, which maybe that is the case. Just walk in this general direction and see if we start to see a small triangle on the map. May just have to wait until it's daytime and talk to people again. Trooper. And this is probably just a caravan guy.
Howdy.
So, pretty obviously, what would benefit a game like this, well, it's perhaps not as obvious as I say. I use that as a vocal tick too often, but in a game like this, if somebody tells you their name, it would be nice if there was a dossier, a directory type function in the menu, and with that you could possibly turn on an indicator.
Hey there, need anything?
Yeah, just turn on an indicator telling you where the person could be found. Okay, if I'm gonna get anything from this character, I'm going to have to sell bullets. There's not going to be any way around that. So if we sell all of those overcharged, missiles are more valuable than rockets are. We sell half of our flamer fuel, sell all of those overcharged, sell all of those overcharged. Still not really anywhere close to yeah. It's just not enough. It's definitely a case where repairing and selling guns is the way to make a lot of caps. Now, it's probably also worth pointing out, though, that right now there's nothing more to purchase. I would just be looking for a excuse to upgrade guns with the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC. Okay. Trent.
What is it? Carry on.
So am I going to have to really walk through every single greenhouse looking for people. You'd think if he was an important character, it'd be easier to find. It's just a big hole in the fence. Come on. Where are you hiding? I'm not 100% sure I actually fixed the water problem for these sharecroppers. And even if I did fix it, I don't know if I'm going to start seeing just great fields of corn being grown that I could run and collect. Not that you really need to collect any of it. Maybe over here. Can I even get inside this building? This would be the location where you would think you would run into somebody. But I don't see a bed here. So the whole scripted idea of places where people would sleep and so you could find them doesn't seem to really apply to this section. If Trent does sleep at a building, he must be sleeping in one of the buildings on the perimeter. You would think it would just be one of these houses. These are boarded up. Oh man, this is such a waste of time. There's just nobody here. It's like they've just been programmed to run away. Unless they're in this building. Have I just never walked into this building? Yeah. I've never walked into this building. Well, that was dumb. So we should be able to find... There's Morgan Blake. Whiskey. Everything would be stealing. There's Private Ortega. Just talk to both of these again. See what they
Is
have
there
to
something
say.
I can do for you? Bye.
the bathroom. There. So this feels like this is the person you're supposed to talk to. Let's hear what she says here.
Sorry, I don't have time to talk right now. Talk to Trent. He might be able to help you out.
Trent. Where's Trent? Here's Trent.
Howdy. Something I can help you with? Sure do. Came from the hub on account of the Thaler Act. Farming's decent work, but
same voice actor for way too many characters.
Something the politicians back in Shady Sands came up with. They pay us to move here and farm the land. They even protect the fields. Bad soil and ration water. It's to be expected around here. But the rationing's off. Worst part is NCR won't admit it. Pretty hard to meet their crop quotas with 20% less water than we're supposed to be getting. Not that OSI cares about any of this. They're part of the deal, the Thaler Act. We work the fields while they protect the crops and the water. A lot of folks come to New Vegas.
So this may just start a
everything in
quest
side of the strip.
that we've
They get
finished
hungry, desperate,
most
and try
of.
to take our hard work. Much as I sympathize, their theft would put me in a bad spot. I got a crop quota to meet. Everything I can.
I really
Farmers out
don't
here
care
have the...
what he has to say, so let's exhaust some of this. Right. This is just that.
Howdy. Something else I can help you with? How do you...
So it doesn't feel like we've fixed that problem as far as water in the pumping station. I'm just not sure what the next step would be to that. There might be even main story elements there. Right. West side. West side south entrance. Let's see the local map. The west side. The west side does not have the old Mormon fort, which means it's gotta be free side. Unless the old Mormon fort is somewhere else completely. Nope, it's there. We're going to the old Mormon fort. Interesting food that he's selling. So let's just see if he says anything
Need
interesting.
some grub? I got you. Typically, I find it goes down better. I have my little helpers out and about. You may have seen them around somewhere yourself. You won't.
So, food. He'll sell food if necessary. So the point here, and why we're going late, is we want to see if Veronica can leave us and join the followers. Who would we talk to?
I appreciate how you've been helping us so far.
Or if there is any chance.
Hi. If you're looking for medical... Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injury. As far as fruitless waste. For the past 100 years...
New quest here.
Eventually we'll run out of...
It's just exhaust.
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. It's unfortunate that... Not from the Legion. The followers have extensive...
So this is all Legion and Caesar talk.
Oh. If a guy... Not all followers. Though it has a no... No offense intended, but... That seems If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I mean... You have quite the menagerie at your disposal. You can get the posse down to small gang size, I'll happily go with you.
So we did a speech quest there. Maybe got some XP for doing that. So a doctor companion is an interesting thought as far as the kind of companion, but almost certainly that's not going to work. Well, there's some other stuff I would also want to experiment with at some point.
Vendors are seeing more. Howdy.
But I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. So as far as I can tell, I don't recall meeting any other authority person who would be the right person to talk to. Maybe this character?
Are you here to drop off medicals? Rates of Med-X. Just... You might ask around at Mick and Ralph. More. There is all. Yes, old Bill Ronte. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the Garretts hooked Jake. In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts. Sober. What do you...
So I'm exhausting all of this dialogue that I just don't care about.
Oh,
So the Brotherhood of Steel. So we found somebody who will take our drugs and turn them into XP. So now we have a great opportunity to level up faster. I could probably just take everything they have here. Just buy it. And then
what do you want to
immediately donate everything.
Thanks. How much do you How much do you have to... Thanks. Anything...
Now, the only real danger there is I might get rid of Radaway or something. Now, I'm liked by them, but it still would be stealing.
What's up?
So, like, I really just have like the best companion ever right now. It's fairly crazy to even begin to consider swapping him for a different companion, but I won't be able to do any of those companion quests if I don't swap them. But I haven't finished this companion quest. Inherently, I need to just look up how these quests finish and see if we can get everything done with Veronica. We have made a new quest and started that. Also, we still have main story quests. I also wanted to just briefly fast travel. Yeah. To Nipton. Let's do that. Yeah. I know we're going super long today, but I wanted to see if these guys could be healed now that my heal stats are much higher. Or maybe this guy could be healed.
What is it this time? Him? When You know what I'd be real excited about? Now, why don't you... Like what?
This guy's legs are broken and we can't heal him apparently. Ever. So yeah, I wanted to see if maybe my medicine stat would have been so high that I could have taken the people that the Legion crucified down. But doesn't seem like that's the case. And then on similar revisiting of old places to see if anything's changed, it seems like it probably hasn't. I wanted to see if anything had really changed in this prison.
Need to talk about something?
Which, now it seems like after the NCR took it over, it is just in this permanent alarm state with perhaps one slight difference in that I don't believe we will find a whole bunch of bodies. We will find, however, a massive amount of resources that I left there. Not that that's probably going to be too big of a deal now that my health is a little bit higher. If I chose a different companion, it's also worth pointing out that that different companion very possibly is not going to have the same carry weight. Got me down to 252.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Low value, low damage weapons. And then all this different food would be pretty useless. I suppose it probably is a case that only healthy drugs can be sold at the Old Mormon Fort. I bet they probably are not interested in buying things like jet.
Hey, I can't really move now, but I'll follow. Hey, I can't really move now, but I'll follow. Hey, I can't really move now, but hey, I can't.
So, yeah. Playing way too much menu hero. Picking up way too much garbage.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more you can do here. You could activate the warden's terminal. We can see what's in the safe while we're hidden. Our sneak is so high now that we could probably be hidden right next to somebody. Whoops. I have plenty of bobby pins.
See you around.
Hello.
I think we've already read all of this. I'm still like 50 short. What else could I even get rid of that would be heavy? Yep, 1 more pound. Just find 1 more pound of stuff. There we go.
Hello.
So I'm just gonna leave the powder gang armor where it is. So yeah, nothing has changed at this police facility, or this prison, yeah, since we overran it, which makes me think certainly any other cases like the Van de Graaff Brotherhood of Steel quest probably should not be done until you are certain you are completely no longer in it, no longer concerned about having quests from an area. let's stop here. Like, there's no reason to go any further. Inherently, this is the next quest I still want to do, and that might start a war, and that might have us take out a lot of the Legion facilities and investigate this right side of the map where we don't have any locations because we haven't crossed the river. But that's probably not going to move the main story as far forward as you might think. I'm going to remove that marker. We still have like Jacobstown to investigate, and this Northern Passage I think is DLC. I think we're done with Nellis Air Force Base. We probably aren't done with the sharecropping farms and Vault 34. We're probably not really done with Camp McCarran. We haven't really even started New Vegas. We haven't seen Sloan. We haven't seen the Quarry Junction. We could probably put off the Brotherhood of Steel stuff. If these other locations are as similarly unchanged as Nipton and the prison have been unchanged, then there's nothing really to be expected there. In between episodes, I'm going to dump everything I have in my storage space. We still have not gotten the necessary house location that's probably in the strip. And even if we get that, moving things over at this point would probably be a nightmare. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, and keep on watching. Thanks.